I'm Marc, I'm a puppet maker, officially full-time since 2000. So what now, 17 years? This is my workshop. I've also been a performer, puppeteer, but now sort of mostly focused on teaching puppetry, directing puppetry and making puppets for bigger shows. I discovered puppetry at circus school. Yeah, I was studying tight wire and juggling and trapeze and things like that, and I really enjoyed it, but it was incredibly hard work. I did this juggling routine where I had this kind of really weird slug creature, because I was into really dark stuff back then, and I kind of chopped him up and I juggled his body bits, and everyone thought, oh yeah, that's all right, but what they really liked was the puppet. Puppetry for me, it has to work in the context of theatre. It can't just be, wow, fantastic puppets, you know, it has to work dramatically. And you can get a little bit tired of them if there's a lot of it in the show. You get this real hit every time you see one, and then you don't get a hit again when you see it again. But it's been a sort of gradual process. I'm not really a trained puppet maker. I sort of picked everything up and developed my own techniques and sort of read a little bit and met lots of puppeteers and see how they do it. What's really interesting is studying how we as human beings perceive them as alive and why that happens. I mean, it's fascinating. It does sort of point to there being quite a lot of kind of shortcuts in the human brain. And it does freak some people out. I've met people who are kind of puppet phobic, and they see a puppet alive and they go, how the hell's that? I don't like that, it's alive. They can't actually physically turn it off. It's so powerful. There's something about that ability when you see sort of something sort of moving in a certain way, and it mimics the way we look at things. We just naturally go, oh, it's alive, it's fine, don't need to worry about that. I don't want the puppets to be too finished, too beautiful in a way, because there's a sort of, it's almost like a job done sort of thing. I think kind of what's quite nice is when there's a bit of a struggle and you have to sort of learn to love it. When you're drawn in, you care about them more. I think it's quite easy to make a beautiful object. I think that's the big problem with CGI. You don't really care about it. With a puppet, there's that inherent vulnerability. I think the vulnerability is the key thing. That's what I put in all my puppets. They're like little children. Whatever you sort of do, you know, with them, there's a sort of a kind of wide-eyedness about them. You just kind of naturally want to help them or kind of engage with them, and it's like you can't understand what they're thinking, but you're sort of trying to understand what they're thinking. My main key piece of advice to anyone in the arts is to always remember the 10-year-old you. Remember that child that was excited. And because you'll always get swept up into kind of industry, into projects and things, and then somehow you suddenly end up going, oh, I don't really enjoy this anymore. You've got to remember that enjoyment. You've got to still keep trying to find that. And that's got to be in the work. I think the best work, I think, is stuff that has that real childish kind of quality, you know, childish in a good way, that sort of sense of discovery and play, and is genuine. That's the thing. The moment, what I want is when people watch puppetry, when they're an adult or child, whatever, is they suddenly feel that excitement and that overwhelming kind of, oh, wow, I really love that that's alive. And if I get it with adults particularly, I'm just, yeah, job done. That makes me happy.